Hello everyone. Today the question that we're going to take a look at is the following question, and I want to implement this question in Java because that's still one of the most marketable language in the computer science industry, and I hope you can follow me while I as I go through this algorithm step by step. So the problem goes like this: given an integer, write a function to determine if it is a power of 4 and use recursive way. So the way I do it in here is I want to just actually start importing the library in Java called the util. So import java.util, and I'm going to import everything feature from there. And everything in Java is basically centered around the class. I'm going to generate a public class. I could say, I don't know, it can be a lot of different things. Power, and inside this class, as you see, we want to actually write a the method called the public and int integer pow as a method, and this is where the part of the recursion goes. And this power method takes two parameters. First parameter, you should take a base. What is the base of it? And it's going to take the exponent. What is the exponent of this power? Because that's what we need to calculate when we calculate the power. So let's give it an example. When we say like 4 to the 3, right? The way we calculate it is 4 times 4 times 4, which is equivalent to 4 times the power of base 4 and then exponent 3, as you see here. And then so what I'm trying to say here is basically, if when you calculate the 4 to the third in here, you can calculate 4 times the um, power of, I'm sorry, I messed up here, sorry, I can go back. So 4 times 4 times 4, that's equivalent as 4 times power of base 4 to the 2, and then this is same as 4 times 4 times power of 4 to the base of 1. So 4 times 4, you see the recursion here, so we keep like putting the base value out of this power recursions, and then we keep going on and on. It's 4 times 4 times 4 times power of 4 times 0, and later on we can just take this one space case, right? And then we can say 4 times 4 times 4 times 1, which is 4 to the third. I guess that's 64. So this is sort of algorithm that we want to implement here. So let's write a base case here. So if exponent is it reaches 0, what this one want to return is want to return 1, so that when you multiply, and when we multiplies like each base letters over and over again, later on we want to multiply 1. Otherwise, what we want to do is we want to return the base value times the power function, but we want to still keep the base, but we want to take the exponent, which is just -1, which is the one less than previous. So what I'm saying here in this case is it's gonna, when we calculate 4 times 4 times 4, the first base will be the 4 times the power of the 4 times the -1, and later on power of 4 times 2 recursively calls on putting out the base in 4 times its base times power 1. Once it reaches 0, it's going to return 4, otherwise it can all reversely go back. So after we define this method, I want to still write out my own main functions to demonstrate public static void main string args. This is this basic syntax in Java that you can kind of study later. Static means it belongs to a class. Void means this main function doesn't return anything. Public means you can get access to this main function from anywhere outside of the class, inside of class. What I want to do, I want to instantiate, okay? I want to instantiate this class by saying, I'm sorry, actually, this is a huge mistake. When you declare a class name, it's by convention, you'd better declare by your capital letter. So power calculation, or cal, equals new power, does not take any parameter, and what you want to do is int result equals cal dot notation. So as you just generated the instance of this power, you want to use the dot notations to get access to this method cal dot pow. I want to say 2 and exponent 4. So I'm expecting actually 16 in this result. So I want to system that out, print ln result. Hopefully I can print out 16 here. So I got a little mistake here. I missed the semicolon, and I also missed a semicolon here. So Java, every time you make sure you put all the semicolons at the end is 16. Okay. So at this time you can I want to like take the user input. So what I'm saying is I want to say like scanner s equals new scanner and system dot, and this is how you take the user input in Java. And later on what you say is system I would say s dot next int is int base. Okay, so first I want to get the base, and before you know fitting the base value here, I want to say like system dot println. Okay, and then what I want to do is basically type or your base, and then after you can type it, and then what I want to do is next time I want to take the user input of the exponent value. So system.print type your what else could it be, exponent, type your exponent. So this is how you get the user input from in Java. So int, I'll say exponent equals next int. Okay, so that's how you do it. And then later on what you want to do is int result equal what, still this cal power instantiate. So cal dot tau, you want to feed base from the user input and exponent from user input, so you can say base comma exponent. Okay, so hopefully that returns something for us. Let me see. So it takes a while usually. Type your base. So I would say base 2. Okay, and then usually it gives me another prompt. Okay, now it's going something wrong with this. I guess I got a little problem. So why don't I just delete the exponent section? Let me just quick comment it out, and then I want to just feed exponents 4 and take the base 4. And let me see if this one works. Maybe I was having a mistake with some the scanner s. Type your base. I say 2. Okay, so it's definitely not going on, but I'll definitely figure out this scanner function later. But this is sort of how you use the recursion concept in Java. So after, as long as you figure out base case, you can like reverse go back. But when you return something, right? When you return each time something about it, like you keep decrementing until you hit just the bottom, which is returning 1, and you can say this base keeps spitting out the idea of basically like every time, because recursion means the function that calls itself keeps going on and on. So before you get this line of results, you need to go all the way down and you need to come back to get the result that you are trying to get it. So this is sort of the meaty part of this function, which I think is very important, and I hope you really understand this, both the base case and then the meaty part in Java and both recursion. It's sort of not intuitive. It can be very intuitive. So what I encourage you to do is to write out like each step by hand, and like you can sort of visualize. Okay, so after I calculate 4 times power of 2, what I want to do power of 1. How to jump from this step to this step is the way you do it here. Okay, so I hope you can enjoy my video and subscribe to my channel, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.